Hello, welcome back to our channel, Glory in Family series, where we talk about life's events, where we talk about marriage events, where we talk about different kinds of things. And as I had promised last week, that we shall be coming back with our dear friend, Cindy, to tell us the light in single motherhood. But before we start, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Lillian Rantale Jones, and
I think this time I should use Cindy.
yes, Cindy. So thank you very much, Cindy, for coming back. Thank you for sparing our time, your time, to come and join me.
Thank you.
Yes, so I know you guys miss Mary Angela, but she will be here next week. Don't worry. We'll come back. She's there handling state matters. Moving on. So last week you told us about your life, how you grew up with your single mom, how you then met your dad, and it was peaches and roses.
Yeah.
And then you got your child. So we ended with you telling us that you then found a spiritual father.
Yes.
So we would like to know how there was a change in your life, your son's life, before and after you met your spiritual father, and how productive it was or it is for you.
I think to start this right, let me start the way he started it. Like, you need to first understand what is a spiritual father. Because someone can't just come and then say, I'm going to be a spiritual father.
Thank you very much.
When you don't know what a spiritual father is. So when I met him, he told me, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to nurture your spiritual life and teach you until you grow and find who you are in the Christ. So a spiritual father is that someone who will nurture you and teach you until, maybe not even until, who will make you grow like in spirit. So for me, when he explained that, I was so interested. I wanted to know more because I had seen an example of someone who works in that state and what she did and how much she could do. So I wanted to do that for myself, not all the time that I have to run to her and say, Nan, pray for me here. At this time, pray here. So I wanted to get that for myself. So when I met him, my spiritual journey started. And we started with simple reading the Bible. It's not that I got them in 1 week. No, it has taken me for almost 4 years now. And I came to step into my spiritual identity. So he started teaching me how to learn how to speak to God, hear his voice for myself, and pray. Because most of the time, I didn't know how to pray. And I was talking, but I didn't even know who I was talking to. So he taught me, and he showed me the person I'm talking to, that he listens and he's always there. And that's how my journey started. I started slowly. I started reading the Bible slowly. It's not that I started on a high pace. I would read like 2 verses a day, but I would put my mind and heart to it. Like, I wanted to know who's that person and how do I hear that person for myself and for the sake of my son.
So now the Bible, can you read most of it, or are you still in the same position?
No, I can read most of it and I can understand the Bible.
Because of the spiritual father?
Yes.
So that means there came a difference between then and now?
Yes. Then it was just reading for the sake of reading. Now I'm reading to understand what is in the moment. Like, what is he telling me in that moment?
That is God you're talking about?
Yes, God.
So what difference has it made for your son when you met is your spiritual father in your son's life? Let me say.
Yeah, he is.
And how has he helped? Is there a difference between then and now?
A very big one. Let me say, people used to tell my son that he could not be, let me say, he had that, I used to call it disability somehow, not a physical one, but he wouldn't speak properly. He wouldn't have confidence to speak because I didn't know, but he would not speak to people. He would always cling on me like, mommy, 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 mommy. He wouldn't allow anyone else.
Yeah.
So when my spiritual father asked me that can he have the permission to be in my son's life, I'm like, oh yes, you can be. And I gave him the, what should I call it? I think
the go ahead.
Yeah, the go ahead to teach him as I learn. And at that point, up to now, I can see a very big difference in my son.
So now your son can speak properly.
Very well. Yeah. It's so funny that now he even knows what he wants to be when he's just 4 years. He has gained confidence that he can stand and speak for himself.
Yes. I've met your son and oh my God, he has words by now. He has words. He calls himself an American, FYI. So he doesn't speak Luganda. Hey. I think he's an intelligent boy. And I think I can also testify to that because I saw him when you had just come and the difference now is too huge. And I think it's because of the spiritual father that is in his life and the godfather. Tell me about his God, like when you got a godfather for your son, because most of the time we tend to choose godfathers, but then godfathers turn out not to be helpful. But I've realized that your son has a godfather that is in his life and is actually doing something. So has he taught him anything that can help him with his life, that is helping him with how he's moving?
Yeah, and his godfather, there is a reason why I chose him. There is a reason the way he is that I wanted my son to be like. The way he carries himself, the way he talks, like the way he does his things. So when I told him to help me raise him, because I couldn't raise him as a man, I couldn't balance that side. Okay, he would know that mommy is there, but he needed that man side, and the father wasn't there. So his godfather took over.
Yeah.
And when I gave him, I didn't start saying, oh, now they are beating my son. Oh, now they're shouting at my son. I knew the reason why I gave him to the godfather and the spiritual father. That however much I find them disciplining him, I know it's for the good cause.
Yeah.
The result I want to see in him, they know it. And they sat me down and told me, a son needs to have a man in his life.
Yes.
So if you see us doing this, don't say that, oh, for the sake of beating my son.
So they prepped you.
Yes, they prepped me for this. And I went and sat down, thought about it, and I gave all the permission that I had. And I made my heart settle because I wanted the best for my son.
So to be sincere with you, every time they assemble single mothers and they outline you, I'm like, I get thrown off.
Yeah.
Do you usually feel like a single mother now that you have a spiritual father and a good father that are in your son's life? Is it still there lingering on you? I'm a single mom. Does it really occur to you that you're a single mom, or since you have that kind of help, it doesn't occur to you?
It doesn't. It's no longer occurs to me that I'm a single mom anymore. Because I got the man help that I needed. Because most of the time they're called single moms because there's no man to handle children in that side of perspective.
Yeah.
Because they're carrying all the responsibility of being a man and a woman. But for me, yes, his father is not there, but there is a man in his life. Let me say men, spiritual father and his godfather. So they are nurturing him in that man's side. They are making him grow how to be a man. Maybe I wouldn't have raised him to be a man because I'm a woman.
I know what you're saying.
So if and the decision that I made, because I saw where I was lacking.
Yeah.
Most of the time we realize that we are lacking here, but we do not want to accept that role. Accept that
you can't do it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so okay,
at that moment, I didn't want to bring my father into this to make him be the man figure in my son's life because he has things to do.
And he's a grandparent. He will spoil your child.
Yes. So giving up a son to someone is not easy.
Yeah.
Like, at first, I thought it would pain me to see that they are disciplining him the way they were disciplining him. And then later I realized that
it's for
the man that he's becoming is the thing that I wanted. The result, it was painful, but the result I'm seeing, those are the things that I wanted for my son.
So that means that journey is not easy when you're seeing that someone is disciplining your child, but then the fact that he's growing into someone that you want him to be is helpful. So that means that you wouldn't have handled this, because most of the time women out there are like, I have 7 kids, I can handle my children, I've raised them without your help, but they are lacking something. Because in the first episode you explained to us that yes, you grew up with your mom, with your aunt mom, but then she didn't really cover up everything that you needed. So you feel like it was a very good idea for you to be where you're at right now. Did you have to, because most of the time here we speak about listening to authority, be submissive to your authority. When they tell you to do something, do it. Questions, yes. So how do you feel when another man who's not your husband, who's not your father, but your spiritual father is in your life directing you on how to raise your child? How does it feel?
It feels, let me say, the fact that my spiritual father is a man, and when he was starting to teach me, he told me that men are authority, women are power. So I did not have authority. And another thing, my son is a boy. He will either know that you are a woman, and that thing in him that he's a man will always come out. So me submitting to my spiritual father, because by the time I started reading the Bible and then getting into it, I knew that he is watching over my soul. That gives me like everything that I have to honor him, honor his authority, and be under him, subject to his authority. And I humbled myself because I didn't know. He's watching over me, you get. And me subjecting to him, I think that thing helped me understand the reason why he does what he does for my son and for my own sake. So most of the time I would have questions, why is he doing this? Since but he's my authority, he's always open to answer anything that I ask. I would come to him and say, so now you're doing this and this. May I know? Because I also want to understand and know where we are at. Because I would love to know. And he would explain, and that helps me a lot, very much.
So I have a very crucial question, and I know that some people out there also would have that question, asking, what does your spiritual father get out of him raising you? Is he doing it for nothing? Are you paying him? Did you come to an agreement about something? You know, those kinds of things. Because I know someone will tell you that I have a spiritual father, but my spiritual father, I have to do something for him in order for him to give me this kind of information. So your spiritual father, what is the relationship like? Are you paying him money? How is, like, is he being a real father to you, filling in the father's shoes, or are you paying him?
No, I'm not paying him, but he does help me more than let me say. I think he took me as a daughter that needed to learn like spiritual things and natural things. So there most of the time he teaches me spiritual time, and there most of the time he teaches me and advises me on how natural things go. And I can't say that I'm paying him anything because I've never paid him anything, but
he's in your life.
He's in my life. Like he's making me grow. And
on a daily basis, or you meet him on Sundays?
No, on a daily on a daily basis, like each and every day.
Yes, thank you. By the way, I know that, but I really wanted it to come out of her mouth because here is the thing. As my colleague Mary Angela said in one of the episodes, that your spiritual father needs to be there on a daily, every time. He's a phone call away. He's arm strength away. Like, he has to be in your life. He has to be your go-to person and ask him spiritual things, natural things, things where you feel like wanokati so bad I can't pass. That is the kind of spiritual father. Not because I know most of them are saying, I have a spiritual father, but it's the pastor of the whole church.
Yeah.
Like, he's a pastor of the whole church. You've never met him. You've even never held his hand. That's not a spiritual father.
Yeah.
Because he preaches on Sunday and, oh, I ate something. And then you go back and struggle alone. The spiritual father has to be in your life. He's like a father, your natural father that you didn't have. So a spiritual father has to be spiritually, mentally, physically, and as she has said, she doesn't have pay her spiritual father. He's not asking anything from her, even the child himself, but she feels secure, right? Yes. You're safe with him. So we wouldn't want you guys to go running around topapara.
Paying.
Yes. Pray to God. God will always bring your spiritual father. And what's fun is all of us in our group, everyone has their testimony that they prayed to God because at that crucial moment when they wanted to know him, like to know God, that now I'm ready, God. I want to know who you are. I want to be in your circle. That's when the man came. That's when the man arrived. And that is the testimony that I know in our group, at least for everyone.
Yeah.
So Cindy, thank you very much. I know this has been a very, very short thing, but do you have anything that you want to say, a shout out to anyone out there that you know that needs this for you? Like, okay, let me say, I said we didn't come to counsel, but would you give at least advice to a woman who's out there saying, I can do it by myself?
The only advice I can give a woman out there, most of the time, if you say you can do it by yourself, you cannot. That's the fact that you need to know. You cannot do it by yourself. And most of the time, when you want to see the results that in your children, you have to allow yourself and allow your heart to be humble to your spiritual father.
That's
or to anyone who's making you grow in the spirit. Me, to take you back when I was starting this journey, there are mothers that I saw in the Bible that I wanted my son to be like. And most of the time, I would, let me say, I would want to dedicate my son the way Hannah dedicated Samuel. Like, I would want to offer up, like, I want God to be in my son's life the way Hannah offered up Samuel. So that thing made me first look at my heart. There are things that I want, but what is God wanting for my son? So that made me humble myself, know that I cannot do that. But in order God to do that, I have to be under some authority. That's my spiritual father. I have to humble myself and let go of anything I thought I could do. Let it go first. And I want to thank God that the results are showing. Like, what I wanted. It didn't come on a silver plate. In some places I cried. In some places I wanted to withdraw.
Yeah.
But persistence and knowing what I want my son to become like made me like look beyond my feelings. How I felt in the moment that my son is getting like this is not happening, and learning to talk to God has helped me a lot. That He teaches me. It's not that I like only my spiritual father can discipline my son. I can also discipline my son, but how am
in
I
the right way?
Yes, how am I disciplining him? So the Lord taught me how to discipline my son without using my emotions. You know how?
So he gave you a vision.
Yes, a vision for my son. So I thank God that my spiritual father is in my life, and I want to thank his godfather so much that he has like made him. How can I say, like he's molding him into the man that he's supposed to be, not to be a crybaby, not to use feelings, like, not to be a man.
And he understands
He understands that, and he knows that when I'm disciplined, there's a reason why they're disciplining me. So I want to thank you. I say Uncle Peter.
Yeah, you can.
I want to thank you, Uncle Peter, and my spiritual father so much, and everyone who's in my son's life. We can see the change.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am really so tickled with you talking about Hannah, because most of the women use Hannah, the Christian women. I want my son to be like Samuel, but they're not willing to give up. They're not willing to give up their children to God. They want their sons to be like Hannah's son, or they can say, God, give me a son and I'll give your son to you. But then after, they take them for themselves. They don't really give in. They don't sacrifice the child so that they can come out the way they want to come out. So I want to thank you very much for highlighting that. I want to thank you very much for, there is a point you've made that now is running out of my head. Yes, humbleness. The fact that you've spoken about humbleness, because most of the time, we women want to be up here. And when they show us that this is the way, or if it concerns our children, we have a habit of becoming mama bears. You want to protect your children. But when you say that you've humbled yourself and you've allowed the spiritual father and the good father to be in his life and do whatever they want, you've given them the authority. And you are the power. Because when he realizes that this is what it is, mom is not going to actually pin on me, he will learn that this is what it is. So for single mothers who are out there, this is just a cry out to look for spiritual fathers who are actually eligible. And then godfathers are very important in our lives. Get a godfather who's actually spiritual also. He can be, in fact, you can make your spiritual father a godfather to your child. In that way, it's simpler. For Cindy's, it's simpler because both men are in her life, in her son's life, and they live in the same premises. So it is really simple for her. And I've seen her child grow into the child that he is now. There is a very huge difference, because when he had just joined us, no one understood him. Like everyone was like, that child is for their mother. And for us, the women, we just neglected. But when the men touched him, there was a very huge difference in his growth, in Cindy's growth, because she is now the prime minister. She's our prime minister in our group, and she's going to be leading the, what is that group again? SMS?
Heavenly Single Moms.
Heavenly Single Moms something, but it's called the SMS. So when you ever hear about it, just know it's Cindy behind it. I know it's going to grow, because I've seen you grow, Cindy, and I'm really, really so proud of you. And I'm glad that you're in our group. Oh, it is so nice. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your light, because I know it has put a light to some people, because I know we've been talking about single mothers, spiritual fathers, and they're like, they don't know what they're talking about. But we've got you, and I hope it has touched at least your hearts and you're able to be advised, right? And you pray. I think the most thing that I've heard from you is you prayed.
Yeah.
You prayed. So that means that each and everyone there, if you're looking, you might not be a single mom. You might be a girl child.
Yeah.
You might be a son who's lacking a father. You might be a husband who wants to understand your wife. You might be a wife who wants to understand your husband. You pray for God to direct you in the right position, in the right space, to a right man of God who's going to help you grow in Christ. Amen.
Amen.
So thank you very much for watching. Cindy, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Have a very blessed week. Do not forget to like. Do not forget to send comments. Do not forget to love us. Bye.